I'm called Bad Wolf. Are you afraid of the big bad wolf, Doctor? I hear you. All of you, jangling around in that dusty old head of yours. I chose this face and form especially for you. It's from your past, or possibly your future. I always get those two mixed up. Okay, that's enough with all the quotes. Also, I didn't try an accent. No one needs to hear me attempting a British accent of any variety. So if you're not a Whovian, you might have no idea what's going on here. This costume could be described as niche character central. So, the background. The 50th anniversary episode of Doctor Who aired on the 23rd of November 2013, and I remember where I was, who I was with, and how awesome the episode made me feel. Very wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey. One of the characters is the greatest weapon in the universe. A box. A box with a conscience. A weapon with a conscience. It's Doctor Who. It makes sense. And the conscience appears to the user in the form of someone important to them. It just so happened to look like Rose Tyler, the first companion in New who the Doctor that actually interacts with this conscience doesn't know yet. Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey. Her costume is raggedy and sand-colored, and not that terribly interesting or distinctive, but what really drew me was the box. Let's start with the costume, though. The skirt is a slim-fitting maxi skirt made out of a cream rayon spandex jersey. The pattern is the raw skirt from Salvage Designs, but it doesn't look to be available anymore. I left the side seams unsewn from the knee down in order to knot it up to mimic the original garment. There are pockets, which are minorly useful, but mostly for low-profile objects. The skirt is typically worn over a pair of black sheer tights with some holes in them, which is normally a dollar store pair, so I don't ruin my nice ones. And then my trusty pair of model tan boots, somewhat painted, somewhat scuffed, holes between the upper and the sole, but I do love them. My tunic was made from a white rayon lawn, and the paprika pattern's onyx top, which I sewed lace onto in 2 parallel rows on the front, and then I tea-dyed in order to help the white rayon blend with the other more natural colors. The tunic is short-sleeved, but I attached this weird mesh netting that already had a hole or two to it, and added some cuffs out of some scrap ribbing. The jacket is loosely based off of the Archer button-up. It's been lengthened, with absolutely no finished edges. Even though I put a facing on, I did not tack it in any way. It also has some epaulets to round off the whole look. And I did put on a pocket. Pockets are cool. So that's the costume. And now onto the box. The box is my pride and joy. The box is also how I got into laser cutting, which led to a job, and then into a passion, and then into my current job. So this box is important to me, obviously. I designed this in Illustrator over the course of a year, and this is version 2, which is about 75% the size of the original. Version 1 lives with a dear friend who I came to know through laser cutting and the job that came right after it. It's a combination of plywood, acrylic, 3D printed corners on the 2x4 cut lengthways frames. The frame in this version is also laser cut, which gives it such a nice clean look. The colors in the box are painted primarily with Jacquard Lumiere metallics, and the outer frame was tinted with mahogany wood stain. All of these choices were greatly informed from a few wonderful threads on the RPF, the Replica Prop forum. My favorite part is that you can access the inside of the box through the gears, and I've managed to convince a few people who were at least tipsy, if not drunk, that you could only open it by maneuvering the gears in specified ways, just like it had an actual lock mechanism. This is one of my comfiest costumes, except when I choose to sit on the box. It's not the comfiest structure to sit on. And it also broke the very first year that I brought it to a con, into quite a few pieces. Shout out to Rebecca and family for letting me stash it in their room while the large and messy Gorilla Glue job dried, and I went ballroom dancing. Also, thank you to all of the wonderful people who made sure I was okay while I may or may not have broken down in the bathroom gluing it back together. Dragon Con is the best, y'all. So that's my Bad Wolf Moment costume from Doctor Who. Next week, I'll be mixing it up with the sewing project, but there'll be more costumes coming in the next couple weeks. Stuck between a girl and a box. Story of your life, hey doctor.